Out of every 5 shillings that is paid through e-Citizen, he pockets 3. That is not enough. The Auditor General has reported more than 10 billion shillings collected through e-Citizen cannot be traced.
Now, if you ever wonder where the lost billions from e-citizens are heading to, Rigathi Gachagua has a response for you and an answer for you.
There's something called e-Citizen. It was an app that was being operated by some private people and doing some little work for government. And when he came, he brought a lot of issues saying it is wrong for anybody in the private sector to collect money on behalf of government. And he said the Ministry of ICT must take up e-Citizen. Little did I know he wanted the owners of e-Citizen to come into the open. So when they came, he negotiated with them, took 80% of the business and said they should continue, and ordered all government services to be onboarded through e-Citizen. Out of every 5 shillings that is paid through e-Citizen, he pockets 3. That is not enough. The Auditor General has reported more than 10 billion shillings collected through e-Citizen cannot be traced. So what is happening in Kenya is that we don't have a government. What we have is a criminal enterprise, theft of public funds, where the president has taken over all the businesses in the country. He's a chief procurement officer, he's a chief accountant, he is a supplier, he is everything.
Well, even in that, as much as it seems that Raila Amolo Odinga is trying to sanitize and support William Samoei Ruto, he is not an exception in one-term call. And those saying that if he leaves Ruto, they'll support him. Cleophas Malala, who is the deputy party leader for the DCP party, says that Raila is like a chewed gut, a vomit, and they cannot lick it again. Listen to him.
Raila Odinga is part of the one-term agenda ya kufukuza William Ruto na Raila Odinga. They are going pamoja. We have no space. Yeah? We cannot chew guts. Ndio kama ng'ombe ile inakula tena inakula matapishi yake. Haiwezekani. Sisi tumesema in 2027 William Ruto akienda nyumbani, Raila Odinga pia paka aende nyumbani. Tutasukuma hii kitu bana. So we want to tell Morathe and the Jubilee fraternity, we are not part of that Raila scheme. Raila Odinga and William Ruto are one-term candidates. Na sisi tuwapeleka nyumbani, we want a fresh beginning for Kenya.
Malala goes ahead and says they, as the Democracy for the Citizens Party, have their own preferable presidential candidate.
Na sisi kama chama cha DCP, we are serious. Sisi tuko na presidential candidate wetu, anaitwa Rigathi Gachagua. Kura ikiitwa leo na tusimamishe na tuwe na tunaenda kwa ballot, tutapeleka presidential candidate. Rigathi Gachagua is our presidential candidate. Sisi mnaunga mkono hiyo?
Those are not just Cleophas Malala words, but they are also backed up by the DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua himself, just in case you are doubting it.
Rigathi Gachagua is a presidential candidate. And nothing stops me from running. The Kenya Constitution says the right to vie for office is absolute. And you can only be stopped from running if you have been convicted. And even if you have been convicted, you cannot be stopped unless you have exhausted all the available mechanisms of remedy.
Gachagua aligned leaders even say just a greeting could make you the enemy.
Mimi kwanza nikiona unasalamia Ruto, mimi mambo yangu na wewe tunawachana. Salamu tu namna hii. Kumusalimia kama ingine niliona. Pate rida hiyo salamu na hiyo mtu ujue ndio msalimiane. Mulikuwa mumeongea mambo ingine gani?
Anyway, whom do you think they are referring to? Of course, here are the clips showing the exact person they are referring to. And you're not wrong. They are referring to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. This is one person who tried convincing them before the 2022 general elections to vote in for Raila Amolo Odinga. But again, they as the mountain did say, no, we had a promise that 10 years, that is 2 terms for Uhuru Kenyatta and 2 terms for William Samoei Ruto. So if Uhuru, you are not honoring that promise, we as the mountain persons, we are going to honor. And that is how they collectively voted for William Samoei Ruto, who again betrayed them through the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. And now they feel so unsafe, and they have decided that this time round, they are not compromising anything in terms of supporting the government and anyone who is in support of the government. Well, what do you think in the political landscapes and the things that have been happening recently? Whom do you believe is for the right cause? Is it Edwin Sifuna, whom we've always seen ODM using as their foot outside the government? Because at one time, he seems to be aligned to them atrocities that the government is committing, and at one time he seems to be actually condemning them, like you wouldn't tell where Sifuna is standing, because one time acting as the SG of the ODM party, he reads statements that actually confirm that the ODM party will be working in line and to the better of the broad-based regime. They are even calling for the intergenerational conclave dialogue, which for us we know, no dialogue that Raila has always called as materialized to anything tangible to the benefit of the common mwananchi. So therefore, these meetings they are calling for, to whose benefit are they? Now, spinning it a little bit, do you think that even Rigathi Gachagua, if elected into presidency, the country will be much better? No, he is not wrong actually for debanning the shares while he was still in Ruto's regime, because that is what was on their contract. But now imagine, this is a president who will only focus in one region. What about other regions that may not have voted him or are not darling to the gamer community? Think about that. Anyway, I'm leaving that for you to decide. I'm leaving that for you to give me your thought in the comment section below. If you love content of this nature and you're watching from our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press notification button so anytime that we are live, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.